So be careful what you link to in Freecad. It can break your models. Quick example, you're a new user, like I am, you go to part design and you create a body, and inside that body you create a sketch on the XY plane, and you create your fantastic widget, donk, 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 donk. Great. You think you're off to a flying start, you pad it to give it some body. Oh, there we go, fantastic. Now, you'd like to have another shape in here that you're going to cut away, a pocket. So what you might be tempted to do, and what seems intuitive, is to click on the face, and then to create a sketch on the face. Let's create some shape. Magic. And create a pocket, and it gets cut away, and we're really happy, aren't we? Yes. But what happens if you change the original sketch? Well, Freecad is storing all of these vertices and edges as a simple ordered numeric list. So if I, for example, move some points around like this and I reshape things a little bit, that's not going to matter. However, if suddenly there are a different number of edges and vertices, let's create two edges where there were one, it's going to mess up what it thinks the face was attached to. And suddenly, where is it now? Ah, it's appeared on the underside of our body here. Yeah? The face has moved. So that's not really what we want. So let's undo that change. Where was I? And yes, so we want something more reliable that we can link that sketch to. Now, what I would suggest, and what a lot of people suggest, to overcome this topological naming problem, is you might want to create a datum plane. This is a simple thing that isn't going to be edited or changed probably, so you can link things to it. But what do you attach it to? Well, if I select the face and I attach it to the face, and then I change the number of underlying vertices and nodes, and that face, of course, yeah, the more vertices and nodes I add, the more edges I add, it'll create new faces. And so this face's numerical identifier will shift. It might have been the 7th face, and suddenly it becomes the 8th face. And what's now the 7th face, where the sketch was attached for the pocket, is somewhere else on the underside or on the edge. That's the problem. Well, what you can do is you could link that datum plane to something that isn't going to change, like the origin. Yeah. Right, so let's do that. Why is it suddenly giving me this grief? My datum plane. I want to attach. I want to attach it to the XY plane. Right, I'm selecting the XY plane. Okay, there we go. Now, in the datum plane, I probably want to raise it to the surface of my pad. Attachment position. And we could do this by having a spreadsheet that defines the height of the pad and also this Z offset at the same time. So if I change the padding size, this datum plane will shift with it. And now, inside of our pocket, we can link the sketch to that new datum plane, which you do inside of map mode. And we will select the datum plane. And now, when we redraw, everything's as it should be. And if we go into our original sketch and we add a whole bunch of new edges, you will find that it does not care, because we have kept our pocket linked to the datum plane, which is set relative to the XY plane and the origin, which we aren't changing. And that's a strategy you can use all over the shop. You could also work with, there are other ways, you could also work with datum lines or points or objects inside the sketch, but that's a little bit more hairy because you're more likely to change them, add to them, manipulate them, add new edges inside your datum objects. So yeah, datum planes, link them to the local coordinate system or the origin inside your body, and you will have an easier time of it.